All right, so this is measurement 2 for Mathletics. So we have the equation Fahrenheit is equal to 9/5 C plus 32, and it gives us a measurement of 86 degrees Fahrenheit. So 86 is equal to 9/5 C plus 32. So minus 32, minus 32. So we subtract this out, so we get 54 is equal to 9/5 C. Now what's the opposite of multiplying by 9/5? Dividing by 9/5. But you'll know dividing by a fraction, you really multiply by the reciprocal. So the reciprocal of 9/5 would be 5/9. So we're going to multiply by 5/9. So 9 goes into 54 6 times. So 5 times 6 is 30. These cancel out. So 30 equals C. And that's it. Cindy jogs at a rate of 6 miles per hour. Where is your rate in feet per second? So 6 miles per hour. So this is the same deal as before. Miles per hour, per means divide. So this is distance divided by time. So this is miles. So we're going to convert this to feet. And that's over 1. And then time is going to be in the denominator. So we have 60 seconds in a minute, 60 minutes in an hour, so that's 3,600 seconds in an hour. So then we go ahead and we reduce. 6 goes into 360 60 times, right? And then, well, what goes into both of those numbers? I'm willing to bet 60 does not go into that, does it? No, it does not. So, I'm guessing 6 goes in there. 5,280 divided by 6 goes into 8 times 48. So we have what? 48. So 8, right? Perfect. So we have 8.8 miles per hour. Or sorry, we have 8.8, right? Sorry, we have 88, I'm sorry. I don't know where that dot came from. So there's our 0. So we divide both sides by 6, so here's 10, and this is 88, right? So 88 divided by 10 is going to be 8.8 feet per second. It's just about reducing as quickly as possible. All right. So a ream of paper contains 500 sheets. A sheet of paper is 0.0075 centimeters thick. Not very thick. How many meters high is a ream of paper? All right, so we know that, well, first things first. Let's go ahead and multiply 500 times 0.0075. So, just as a point of fact, I'm willing to bet that 500 times 0.001 is just going to be 5, right? Or 0.5, right? So, we could just sort of knock these things out. Reduce that way, but since I'm being lazy, I'm going to multiply it out. What are we doing? 500. Okay, there's 500 times, oh my goodness, 5, 0, 0. Oh my goodness, camera's going to drive me crazy. Times, oh my gosh. Now we need to clear everything. So 500 times, there we go, 0.0075 equals, so we have 3.75, and this is in centimeters. So then we need to convert the centimeters into meters. So there are 100 centimeters in a meter, so to convert it, we move it over 1. That's for 10. Here's for the 100. It's 0.0375. Excuse me. All right, 1 mile is approximately equal to 1.6K. If I travel 192K, approximately how many miles have I gone? Well, just sort of divide that by 1.6. You get 120 miles. Now, if you're going to actually go ahead and divide it, the one thing I would point out is you have to add a 0, so you can't have a decimal outside the house. So you gotta move that over, add a 0, put the decimal here. So that's how many times is 16 going to 1920. You'll get 120, as luck would have it. All right, so 5, at 60 miles per hour, how many miles would a car travel in 2 hours, 45 minutes? So the 2 hours is obviously going to be 120 miles, right? 40 minutes is actually 2/3 of an hour. So 2/3 times 60, reduce first, is going to be 40 miles. So you have 120 plus your 40, which equals 160. Now obviously you could say that I know that 60 miles an hour is a mile a minute, so therefore in 40 minutes you're going to go 40 miles because you're going 1 mile a minute. But this is the proper way of doing it. So that'll work for any miles per hour, even if it isn't a mile per minute. €1, number 6, is approximately equal to $1.4. If Anne bought a ring in Ireland for €20, how many dollars did she spend? I'm sure the Irish would be very happy to have her money right about now. So the trick is what's more, dollars or euros? Well, euros are worth more than dollars. So if you spent €20, you're going to have more than $20 as your answer. So I know that if I divide 20 by 1.4, I'll get a small answer. So I'm actually going to multiply by 1.4. So 2 times 1.4 is 28. So there you go. Number 7. If 78 grams is equivalent to 2 3/4 ounces, what number of grams is equivalent to 1 pound? All right. So I'm going to use a calculator here just to go a little quicker. So the first thing we need to know is how many grams are in 1 ounce, right? So if you get 78 grams, Campbell, you're just going to let the music go, okay? So if you've 78 grams, and that's 2 3/4 of an ounce, I'm going to divide that by 2.75. So I know that 1 ounce is equal to 28.36. Campbell, I like that song. Move away. My goodness. All right. So then I multiply this by 16 ounces. And I get 453 and a whole bunch else, right? But it says express your answer as a mixed number, which is kind of a pain, right? So I have 453, and then I have this 0.81 repeating. So I have 81 over 99. I have to convert this to a fraction, right? Because it's a part of the computer, Campbell, or Anya, okay? But I'm actually recording my voice, so I can't talk to you right now, okay? All right, so then 9 goes into both of them. So it's equal to 9 over 11. So we have 453 and 9/11. So this was a nice little conversion problem here. So number 8, how many dollars are in a roll of quarters if a roll contains 40 quarters? Oh my goodness, folks. Anyone who wants to listen to me, Anya. So I have 40 divided by 4, and I get $10. So this is equal to $10. All right, the difference. So I have 3 gallons, 2 quarts, and I have 1 gallon, 3 quarts. So each gallon has 4 quarts. So I need to borrow, right? So this is 2, so I'm adding 4, so now I have 6 quarts. 6 minus 3 is 3 quarts. 1 minus 1 is, sorry, 2 minus 1 is 1. So I have 1 gallon and 3 quarts. And finally, for my last one, Karen estimates that her household recycles 6 cubic feet of material per collection day. Okay. There are 26 collection days per year in a town of 9,000 households. If every household is similar to Karen's, how many cubic yards of material will be collected in 1 year? All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out how much she recycles, and I'm going to make sure it's in feet, or sorry, in yards, because we start with cubic feet, right? And then I'm going to extrapolate that to the 9,000 households. So if I have 6 cubic feet and I recycle that much 26 times per year, so that's 156 cubic feet. That's a 3. But how many cubic feet are in a cubic yard? So that's going to get to my conversion problems. So this is a yard. How many feet in a yard? There are 3. So 3 feet, 3 feet. So there are 27 cubic feet in 1 cubic yard. Campbell's stuck doing his homework because he was playing games for the first half hour. So I have to divide this by 27. 156 divided by 27. And I have 9,000 households. So I end up with 52,000. But they want the answer in scientific notation. Now, you have to wait. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 5.2 times 10 to the 4th. And that is your last question. Hold on, let me stop it.